G'day Immortals, my name is Mika and today I'm going to be showing you exactly how I made these really gorgeous but also super cheap and easy fairy lanterns. Now I have two versions to show you today. I used pretty much the exact same method to make both of them, just one has the sunflower and orange lights inside and one has the leaves on top and green lights inside. Now nothing you see here was made from scratch. Everything that you see here is just little pieces here and there from the craft stores like Hobby Lobby and Michael's, and just put together to make these really pretty fairy lanterns. Now these fairy lanterns are hanging from a wire, so you are able to tie this onto pretty much anything. So you should be able to tie this from the ceiling or even on your belt for Renfest. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the lights now and show you basically how these lanterns look like when the lights are out. Alright, so here is what these lanterns look like when the lights are out. As you can see, the green is for some reason a lot brighter than the orange lights. So if you're looking for a very bright lantern, you might want to go for like a green or possibly blue. And if you want a light that's a little bit more subtle, probably go with an orange or a red or something like that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn the lights back on for a minute. Alright, let's go ahead and jump right into how I made these fairy lanterns. Alright guys, so I am here in my crafting space for today, and I'm going to show you all the materials that I'm going to use for this. So the first thing that I'm going to be using is this really beautiful like garden decorative ball. You can find this at Hobby Lobby, and it's really nice because it already has a bunch of moss and leaves attached to the ball. But if you can't find one like this, you can try to find one that's just a regular like ball of sticks or wicker ball or whatever you want to call these things. And you can put some moss inside of it or maybe even glue moss on top of it on the little sticks. But if you do have access to a Hobby Lobby, you should be able to find this ball. And you'll find it in the garden section. Next thing is this really beautiful mossy fine wire. I found this right next to these little mossy balls, and it's just a really nice wire that you can bend, and it has these little dangly bits on it. And I thought this would be a good type of wire that can hold the lantern. Another alternative to that could be something like this. It's just another type of garden wire. This one's actually a lot stronger, so if you don't want your lantern to dangle around too much, then this might be a better option for you. The next thing that you'll need is some sort of battery powered light. I've got two kinds here. These white ones I just got at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I don't remember. But you can usually find these lights at any time of the year, but I couldn't find any green lights, and I really wanted green lights for my lantern. So I had to get on Amazon to shop for these green lights. But if you go to your craft store around Christmas time, you can usually find some green lights. But if not, just search for them online. Now the next thing is optional, but I wanted some kind of topper for my lantern. And I found this really giant and gorgeous sunflower at Hobby Lobby, and I just thought that it would fit perfectly over this ball. But the sunflower was a little bit on the expensive side. It was around $30. And they did have a sale for their garden stuff, but if you do want a cheaper alternative to that sunflower, I have a really adorable little basket box here that I got at Target. But this is holding a bunch of different flowers that I got from Michael's, and these were only like $5, not including the sale. And what's awesome about these is that they actually have a little like D-ring attached to the back of the flower so that you can hang the wire onto it. And this fits nicely over that ball too, so this could definitely work as well. Now I also want to make one that has just a bunch of leaves on top, so I bought these really gorgeous leaves from Michael's, and I think these are like the best possible leaves you can get. They're very realistic looking, and they're very realistic feeling. And these were, I think, about $18 or so before any sales. So to start off, I'm actually going to grab my lights, and I'm going to start kind of shoving them inside of this ball here. So I'm just going to start shoving the entire wire of lights inside of this ball. Alright, once you've done that, you should have something like this, and you can turn it on, see what it looks like. And if you want to, you could actually put moss inside of the ball to kind of help hide the wires a bit. I'm going to go ahead and put in my green lights in my other one. Alright, and there is my green ball full of green lights. There we go. I really like the green light look. I think I like it better than the white light look. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the topper. So I will start off with this giant sunflower. And this sunflower you can take apart pretty easily. I'm just going to pull the top of the flower off of the stem. Kind of wiggle it. There we go. There it goes. It came right off. Then I'm going to kind of test it to see how it looks on my ball. And I've already noticed that it doesn't really fit that well over the ball. I mean, it looks okay, I guess, like this, but I think that this like seed part of the sunflower is just a bit too bulky. It doesn't lay on it as well as I would like for it to. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to take this out. So you can do that by just very gently and carefully peeling it off. You just want to kind of pull the petals off of it. They're just glued on. You want to try your best not to rip anything. See? See how it's kind of coming off there? Alright, I can see that this is connected by a little green plastic piece that I'm assuming is connected to this little bit right here. So I'm going to try to pull that out. Kind of wiggle it. Hey. Okay, well this came off. So I'm going to put that aside. And then I'll do my best to pull this little section out. There we go. Alright, and that created a nice little hole there. I'm hoping my wire will fit through there. So let's see how that fits now. Oh yeah, that fits a lot more naturally on top of the ball here. Let's see what this looks like. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Now what I would like to do is actually kind of hide this battery box inside of the flower if I can, while being able to detach it so I can turn the lights on and off. So I'm basically going to just loop this wire inside of the ball here, kind of pull it up. And then kind of knot it in there again so that it's nice and secure. Alright, something like that. See, it can hold it just like this. So I'm going to take the wire, the other end of the wire, and kind of loop it through the sunflower and see if it'll fit all the way through. See, it's not gonna go through with these little parts in the way. So I think what I'm actually gonna need to do is thread it through the other way. I think I need to thread it from this part of the wire first, from the other side, and then do all this. So I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Okay, so first, I'm gonna thread the wire through the top of the sunflower. Just like this. There might be a couple of these little threads that I need to pull off. I think they're just tied on. Yeah, see, these are just tied on. So I'm untying it right now. See, there we go. I just pulled that off. So you might need to pull off a couple of these little bits just to get the wire through the sunflower. All right, and I probably don't need any more wire than this. Let's just kind of test it out. So at the very top of this, I'm going to wrap the wire around the box of batteries. All right, so I kind of just made a little knot around the box of batteries, and then I'm going to hook this into that ball. Alrighty, while my hot glue gun is heating up, I'm going to work on the one with the leaves. So here are those leaves that I got from Michael's, and you can easily pull these off too, just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull all of these off so that I can easily work with them. Alright, here are all of those leaves. I'm gonna go ahead and organize them in my leaf box. As you can see, I really love these leaves. I have so many now. I really want to make a leaf outfit out of these because they look and feel so good. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to this one. Luckily, this battery box is not nearly as big as the other one, so this one should not give me as much of a problem. What I might should do is actually buy another pack of these in that warm white light or even yellow color, and just get this tiny little battery pack, because clearly this battery pack is a lot more convenient. So in fact, I could probably just shove this one inside of here. Yep, see, I just shoved it inside of there, which is gonna be kind of a pain to get out. Let's see. Oh, I got it right out. Okay, cool. So for this one, I might actually put inside of the ball. I'll do that for at least right now. We'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and test out some leaves and see which ones are a good size. See, this one looks a bit too big maybe, so I'm gonna test out a medium-sized one. So now let's test out a small one. Oh yeah, I think the small ones are gonna be a good size. Unfortunately, with these leaves, they don't come with a lot of small ones. So if you want to use these leaves, you might have to buy several of these packs. But I'm going to go ahead and try to fit several of them on here, just to kind of see how it looks. And this one, we're definitely going to have to either glue or sew these leaves together, just so they fit and make sense. Let's see, let me try a slightly bigger size than those tiny ones. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think I like that size. I think it's a cute size. Let's see. Alright, so what I decided to do is take 3 medium-sized leaves and glue them together, leaving just a tiny little hole in the middle. And then I did the same thing with 3 small leaves. I'm going to put them on top of each other and then put the leaves on top of the ball. So first I'm going to take this wire and thread it through the smaller leaves and then the bigger leaves, just like that. I'm going to find a good place to wrap this through. I'm going to wrap the wire through it and then make a little knot. See, I wrap the wire through just like that, and I'm going to make a little knot so that it stays. And then I'm going to bring the leaves on top. Just like that, and then I'm going to position them in a good place. And then from here, I actually want to glue these bigger leaves down where it's actually like touching the ball. And then I'm going to glue down the smaller leaves down a little bit onto the bigger leaves, just so it doesn't flare up like this, that it stays kind of cuddling the ball here, so I'll come back when I've hot glued these pieces down and get it all situated. All right, I have glued on all of the pieces of leaves, and I think it looks pretty good like this. Yeah, I think this is good just like this, and I'm ready to move on to the next part. Alright guys, it is a few days later, and I actually decided that I didn't want to mess with this big, bulky light right here because it was just way too complicated and way too heavy to figure out. So what I ended up just doing is buying the same kind of light as this one right here, but I got it in the color orange because I felt like the warm white was too white and there weren't any yellow colors, so I got the color orange. There we go. See, that looks yellow enough, I think. Alright, so from here, I am actually going to cut the wire. I'm going to use some wire cutters like this. I assume that these will work fine. And I'm going to cut it just above this third little squiggly here. So I'm just going to put the wire cutters in like this and cut it off. There we go. And then you should have something like this. Now at any point, if you decide that you cut way too much off, you can actually get your extra wire right here and just kind of twist it and knot it around. Just like that, and bam, it becomes one long wire again. Alright guys, that was me making these lovely fairy lanterns. I went ahead and put up the sunflower one up there where my lantern used to be, and hopefully that's a good spot for it. I might end up replacing it with this one, but I figured I could leave this one out so that potentially Sprout could use it for Renfest, but I probably won't even need it. Doesn't usually get too dark at Renfest, but they are extending the hours this year to 7 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock, so you never know, I might need to use it. If anything, I could at least use it for the Texas Renaissance Festival or for LARP. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this project, and let me know if any of you guys made this yourself, and feel free to share pictures. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next video.